Studios is proud to present Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends 1 Railway Tales, Episode 6, Thomas's Twin. It was bright and early on the island of Sodor, and Edward, Thomas, and Percy were chatting about who the new engine was going to look like. Not until Henry arrived. Henry said, "Oh, hey, Thomas, looks just like you." "What? What do you mean? The new engine? He looks just like you." "Nonsense," said Thomas. "That can't be true. There's no engine that looks like me. I'm the only Thomas." I somehow believe him," said Percy. "Yeah," said Edward, "it's not like he's gonna lie. Anyways, you're going to be seeing him, so why don't you be off." Thomas's driver stepped out. "Come on, Thomas, let's get going. We need to show the new engine around." So he stepped back into the cab, and Thomas left. When Thomas had arrived at the docks, he was surprised to see that Henry was right. When he looked up at the new engine, it was blue, almost the same wheels, no stripes, but looked almost exactly the same. Their boilers were different. They had no stripes, and they had different wheels, but that was pretty much it. Thomas was eager to meet this new engine. Cranky said, "Be patient." The new engine was lowered down, and they began to inspect each other. Harvey came in and said, "You guys look completely alike. You should be best friends. Well, other than Percy." "We should," said the new engine. "Thanks for the advice." And Harvey was off. James, up ahead, while the chocolate was being loaded, said, "Ha! You twins, you look so weird." James left with a bratty attitude. "What's up with him?" the new engine asked. "Oh, his name is James. He's always mean. Just forget about him. I'll show you around the railway." "All right, well, I should introduce myself. My name is Chase." "My name is Thomas." "Nice to meet you," said Chase. "Nice to meet you too," said Thomas. And Thomas soon coupled to Chase, and Thomas began his tour around the island. Thomas and Chase's day had come to an end. They had so much fun they had come so late to the roundhouse, but only Percy and Edward were there. "Hey, where's everybody else?" Thomas asked. "I want to introduce you to Chase." Thomas got out of the way for Chase to introduce himself to Percy and Edward. Chase began. "Hello, Percy. I hear your name is Percy. And hello, Edward." "Hi. So your name is Chase?" "Yes. I look exactly like Thomas, don't I?" "Yes, practically the same." But they heard a scream. "Ah! What was that?" said Chase, and they looked up. Up by Gordon's Hill, one of the tracks fell, and James was stuck. He was on his last round, it appeared, of delivering the chocolate, and right when he was coming down, it looked like the track just fell. "Help!" cried James. "Help!" Chase said, "Should we help him?" "No, never mind him. Harvey the breakdown train will come, or Rocky. Who cares about him?" "No, I think we should help." "You do?" "Yeah. After all, he is a train on the island, and he is somewhat useful." "I guess so," said Thomas. So Thomas backed up and began to go on Gordon's Hill. Thomas and Chase had arrived on the other side to inspect what had happened. It looked like James got stuck and somehow sort of derailed. "This isn't a bad case," said Thomas. "We can fix this easily." "You sure? It's not like Colin's gonna magically come over here, or Harvey or anybody." "Well, I think they will today," said Thomas. Up ahead, Harvey was coming down the line to save James. "Don't worry," said Harvey. "I've got your back." "You get it? I've got your back." "Just get me out of here," said James. "Geez, I was just trying to make a joke," said Harvey. Harvey tugged, and tugged. And soon James was getting into better shape. This isn't so bad. Well, I'll pull you over to the wall right here, and then you can get your wheels back up. How does that sound?" "Just get me back on the rails." "You're in a moody mood." "Huh? You get it? Moody mood? Just get me back on the rails." James was soon back on the rails, and he took a sigh of relief. You happy?" said Harvey. "Yeah, I guess." James felt very, very bad of himself for what he had done. He had been so mean to the new engine that he had forgotten to say hello to him. "Well, I saw you greet yourself to that new Chase. I don't think he'll like you," said James. "It was just an opportunity to get a new friend." Harvey soon uncoupled from James and left. Soon Thomas and Chase thought he was fine, so the two backed along. "Ah," said James, "I feel so much better." He began to scoot up, but then he derailed again. He soon fell down, and the chocolates poured all over. Nobody would be there to help him. Later that night, Henry, Thomas, Chase, Edward, and Percy were talking about Chase. "So, how is your old railway? Why didn't you stay?" "Well, you see, it went bankrupt, so I guess the Fat Controller is what I call him, or Sir Topham Hatt. Well, Sir Topham Hatt purchased me. That was a really useful engine, you know." "Yeah, and you look like Thomas's twin, too. How did this happen?" "I'm not sure," said Thomas, "but this is quite strange." "It is. I wonder where that James guy is." "Oh, he'll be back soon," said Thomas. "He's never late to the roundhouse. He should be in here in a few minutes." A few minutes passed and he wasn't here. One by one, the trains began to fall asleep. They grew drowsy, and they thought it was time for them to sleep. Thomas said, "Good night, Chase. Have fun at my spot in the sheds. That's where I usually see." "Oh, thanks. Well, good night." Thomas went to bed. "I wonder where James is." The idea stuck in Chase's mind the whole night. It was towards the crack of dawn when Thomas had heard a small whistle. "Huh? What was that?" said Thomas. "Oh, sorry, that was just me. I'm just a little afraid for James. He still isn't here." "You're that afraid? Did you stay up the whole night?" "Yeah." "Well, you should probably have another night to enjoy that spot, because that is honestly the best spot. Why are you so worried?" "My twin isn't supposed to be worried about James. He's not one of my favorite trains." "Well, I don't know. Should I go check up on him?" "No, somebody else will do that. Let's go back to bed." So the two engines comfortably began to sleep in their sheds. The end.